Banners and tags are really awesome to use on our projects for sentiment strips as well as just for decoration. Today I want to share with you a few tips to make it super easy to make adorable banners and tags for your projects. Here are a few small banners that we'll use as examples, and I'm going to show you several of my tips for making nice looking banners really easily. So I just thought I'd show first. I end up with a lot of these white paper strips when I cut my card mats for the insides of my cards. I end up with these 1/2 inch strips. I save them and a lot of times I use them for greetings and then I just snip them apart as you can see right here. Now, cutting things by hand can be challenging sometimes, but I just want to show you some tips for doing this and making them look nice. So one of the ways I like to make tags is at an angle. So I might angle it this way, I may angle it the other way, but there's one angle, and let's do one this way. A lot of times I like to angle both ends. So these make cute little tags and they're easy to cut. Now let's look at the ones with the end that comes in and goes out, kind of like a ribbon, because these are a little bit harder to cut. So I have 2 tips to share for making this easier. Here's the first one, is snip in from the end, however far you want that cut to go, and then cut one side and cut the other side. That was like life-changing when I learned that. Super helpful. Now here's another one that we'll see how this goes. This tip that I'm sharing right now, it's easier with thinner paper, like pattern paper, but for fun, we're gonna do this with some cardstock. So basically what you do is curve your paper and kind of sort of fold it in half. Kind of sort of. I don't really want to get that crease in the middle, but I'm kind of folding it in half, and then I make that cut. And I can see just a tiny bit of fold on here with the cardstock. With thinner paper, like I said, this works really well and you don't even notice. So you can make ends like that, or you can make ends that go the other way if you prefer, that point out. And this is kind of a cute one where the one end points out and the other end points in. I like that. I haven't really done this before, but I'm going to have to because I like that. Okay, now let's look at a couple of other things. I have a couple of punches that help as well. And let's look at one of them. This is a pick a punch. And I really like these because they give you options to do 1/2 inch, 3/4 of an inch, or 1 inch, all with the same punch. And I have 2 different ends that I can use. This is the Happy Labels pick a punch. 2 different ends that I can use. So let me put one of these in and we'll punch it and see what it looks like. So this is the large tag punch. Let's do the other end with this other one. So we have 2 different decorative ends that we get. Now when you get the wider pieces, then it's going to be a little bit more even for this large one. So I wanted to show that because it's really great for banners. But here is my new favorite. My new favorite, this is the Banner Sayings punch. And as you can see, it punches 3 banners out at one time. It's how I got these banners right here. And I wanted to share a tip for how to use it easily. So here's what I did. I punched this out from a piece of paper, and then I got my stamps. It goes with this cute stamp set that has lots of different occasions. I picked out 3 that I don't always have enough readings for, and they are kind of like wedding and celebration and celebration in general, and thinking of you, consider yourself hugged. Okay, so I laid my 3 stamps on the openings. I picked them up with my block. I used that. I stamped here on this cardstock. I made some cards I have to show you that have turned out they're very lovely. I want to show them to you. But I wanted the gold greeting, so I stamped with Versamark, used the gold embossing powder, and now that they're lined up like this, check it out. It is super easy to punch them out. Oh my goodness. And they're so cute. Okay, let me bring in the 2 cards that I made, and we're going to finish them with these adorable tags. So, I don't know about you, I love a good gold accent on a card. So, we are going to use, let's do cue the confetti, and we're going to do celebrate. I am always short on wedding cards, so I think we're going to make these wedding cards. I want to trim this one a little bit shorter, which is totally an option if you leave some space depending on where you put that greeting. So let's put some dimensionals on the backs, and we're going to look at these beautiful finished cards here in just a second. So here, let's take a look at this one up close. I added that greeting along with the little gems. I made these with, I think this is a really neat set. It's called Friendly Foliage. So I have the stamps and the dies. And here's the other one. I used that die that's more like a silhouette die. I didn't do any stamping. I just cut that out. And these beautiful little detailed leaves to add this on top of that background paper, which is so pretty. That came from the Gathering Together paper pack. So I hope you like these. I hope these tips help you with banners. So it's time for our chat. So today we're going to talk about everything wrong with my house. No, I'm just kidding. So I know a lot of you know back in the summer our house flooded and we had a toilet problem. We still don't know what happened because it wasn't overflowing. But anyway, we had a big flood that flooded like third or fourth of our main level and then a lot of our basement. So we had already decided we were getting new siding and windows this year because we needed them badly. Our windows were terrible. So we were doing that project this year, and we were going to do new flooring at some point because the flooring, and so our house was actually built in a factory, and the things they use to build the houses in factories are like the structure is really good, but the stuff they use to put in it, like carpet and whatever, all the stuff, it's like not good quality. So it's been a while, could use some updates. So because the trim around our windows was so cheap and flaking paint everywhere, we had decided we were going to get new window trim while they were doing windows. And then whenever in the future we decided to do the flooring, we were going to get new baseboards. So in the meantime, our window trim and our baseboards were not going to match. Now some of you are like, that's all right, it doesn't matter. And some of you are like, oh my gosh, that would look so bad. Okay, right. So like, whatever. I like it's there's more important things in this world to worry about, right? Like, can't pay for all the things at one time, right? So we were going to do windows and siding and window trim this year. And then we had this flood in July. So I don't know if this was like spiritual warfare against us or God was just like, I want you to do the whole thing at one time. Anyway, after the flood, we're doing the whole thing at one time because we have to get new flooring now. And if we have to replace some of the baseboards, so we're doing the baseboards too. Okay, so it's been a lot, lots of work going on. We didn't know we were going to have to stain our windows and doors when they came. I've never had wood windows before. I've had vinyl. We didn't know. Nobody said. Anyway, I spent weeks of my life staining. You should feel sorry for me. No, you shouldn't. So anyway, we got all that done. We were working really hard to get some painting done. We had to get some drywall fixed. Like, it's the time to do it before the floor goes down, right? Just trying to get some stuff together that looked not very good. And we are days away from getting our new floor put down. And like the whole house is going to go back together and then like it's going to come together. And what did Farmer Matt find when he was tearing up the vinyl, the linoleum type stuff from the bathroom? What did we find? Any guesses? Any guesses? Mold from the flood. So I'm not the only one who's heard about horror stories about people having mold in their houses, right? I'll mention this now. In my former life, I struggled horribly with sinus infections. Like they were debilitating lots of times throughout the year. Since I've been on the diet, I Haven't had a single one. I'm really knock on wood, but I'm thinking about it right now. Anyway, so we find mold. We find mold. So as I'm recording this, I'm chilling a lot in my basement to stay away from the upstairs that's making me feel bad. So I appreciate all of your prayers. I know lots of you pray for me and my family. I'm so thankful for that. We can use them. I hope by the time you see this that we will have this resolved, but I have no idea. Maybe I'm going to move out. I just heard, so the person working on our house, he knows a local Amish family. They are tearing their house down because of mold. I'm just like, oh my goodness. I don't think ours is this bad. It's like a bathroom and a little bit outside of the bathroom. So I don't think it's that, but like I'm just glad the insurance company chose the people that came out here to dry out our house because they should have known what they were doing, right? Apparently we missed a spot or two. Thanks so much for watching along. I appreciate you being here, and I hope you'll be back again next time when I'll be here helping you to handmake with love.